guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, what's up? My name is vianney.strick. Thank you so much for being here. So as you can see by the title, today we're going to be trying out new stuff from Physicians Formula. I have the new matte bronzing powder, the setting spray, the mascara, and the new foundation as well as the primer. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video and that you find it informative. If you do enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join my squad. Let's get into it. Disclaimer. I burnt my nail off, and so if it looks weird because this nail is like way shorter than all the nails, is because I cannot be bothered to do it again. I do my own nails, and I'm just letting you know that I know. So there's no need to comment down below. Okay, let's get started with the makeup. So like I said, I do have, I guess it's called the new Butter Believe It line. So I have all these products, and I do hear you guys. I know a lot of you guys want reviews more than first impressions. So I did already try all these products so that way this is more of a review rather than a first impression. Just a quick little mention, Physicians Formula gives free hand sanitizer with purchases. And it smells like roses, which is delicious. So we are going to start out with the primer, and I guess I'm just going to zoom you guys in so we can get started. So I'm going to show you guys the product. We're going to read the claims, and then I'm going to put on my face and I will tell you guys what I think about it. This is the new Butter Believe It Putty Primer. It is $11.99, and it is supposed to be an ultra luxurious velvety smooth putty primer infused with their proprietary butter complex that deliver a radiantly soft poreless complexion. It's supposed to be incredibly creamy and buttery texture that preps the skin and allows makeup to glide on smoothly for all day wear. By the way, I know that this looks a lot like the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I did do a whole video comparing these two on my skin up close. That video was posted right before this one. I will link it down below and up here if you guys want to see this compared to the Putty Primer. But in this video, I'm only going to tell you guys what I think about this, not compared to anything else. My hair out of my face. It's always so hard to do like a lot of volume, and then you have to like pin it back for makeup. Okay. I look ridiculous, but who cares? So first of all, it does have a smell. All these products smell almost the same. Oof, this bronzer smells a lot. So all these products are very scented. Some smell more than others. Some smell like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and then some have a different smell, something a little bit more like florally. And so just letting you guys know that the scent on these, I mean, there's fragrance, and if you do like the fragrance of the butter bronzer, I'm sure you would like these fragrances, but just letting you guys know in case you do have like sensitive skin. So with this, I kind of just like to go in with my nail and I just scrape some off. This is a putty primer that actually melts very, very easily. See how it's already almost melted, literally like butter. I do like it because it mainly adds moisture. Like, I like it because the foundation we're going to talk about today is actually not on the dewy side, so I do prefer to go in with a primer that's going to give me more of a hydrated look base. But I will say, I do like the primer in the sense that it creates a nice base before a foundation, especially like a matte foundation. But if you do have oily skin, I don't know if you're going to like this because this is like a little bit on the greasy side, unfortunately. It won't break up your makeup. Like, it actually does look beautiful under makeup, but I do think that this is definitely more for normal to dry skin. I will say though, I don't think it really covers your pores at all. Most putty primers are for that. For me specifically, I just don't see it covering my pores. So I don't hate this product. I just don't love it because I can get like a luminous hydrated feel primer somewhere else, a lot cheaper than $12. This is fine. It's just not going to cover your pores, but it will give you that butter complex hydration if you might want it. So for foundation, I'm actually very excited to be showing you guys this. This is going to be my 4th time wearing it. I did do a 12-hour wear test, and I will be showing you guys the results. But first, let's learn more about the foundation. So this is the Butter Believe It Foundation and Concealer for all skin types, and I have the shade medium. This is $14.99 and there are 12 shades. So this claims to be an ultra luxurious foundation and concealer infused with a powerful blend of a bunch of butters from lush, nutrient-rich Amazon. Incredibly creamy texture melts onto the skin, leaving a natural radiant glow, while our long-wearing weightless formula provides buildable coverage. I have a couple things to say before we put this on. It is 12 shades, and it's kind of interesting because usually when brands come out with only a small amount of shades, they usually don't cater to a lot of deeper skin tones, which is ridiculous. But it's very interesting because this foundation, I feel like, caters more to medium to deep skin tones rather than lighter skin tones. There's only one shade that's fair, and I believe that if you have very, very light skin, I don't think you're going to find your shade. I'm not saying that if you are medium to deep, you will for sure find your shade. I just feel like you have a bigger chance to. The issue with that is that this is very full coverage. I mean, it's foundation concealer. So if you do get the wrong shade, it's very noticeable. So I don't think that like this shade will work for that many people. I do like this foundation, but I will tell you guys for when and where do I like this foundation. On the website, it does say that it'll give you a natural glow with a weightless formula. I don't agree with this. For me, this is a little bit more on the matte side, and you do feel like you're wearing makeup. It's not necessarily weightless, but it does look beautiful. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it while we talk. This foundation is so full coverage that I personally don't even use a full pump. So I will literally do like 3/4 of a pump. Do you see how little product I have? I want to show you guys how far this foundation can go, because obviously it is a little bit pricier for the drugstore, but I do think that it will last you a long time because it really does cover a lot with such a little bit amount of product. And I'm just going to tap it in and buff it out, and you guys will see that it's going to give me a very, very high medium to full coverage. Like, you really don't need a lot of this product. Like, do you see how that's blending? I do like their primer with this because it does give me a little bit of extra hydration, because I don't personally think this has a glow when it dries down. I think this is more on the semi-matte side. Obviously, you are gonna see my skin look a little glowy, but you have to realize that that primer under it is very like glowy. Foundation is still wet, but did you guys see how much coverage I got? I genuinely got medium to full coverage with 3/4 of a pump. So if you did want to use just a little bit more, which would be a full pump, I could definitely get that full coverage. I'm gonna use this as concealer just to see how much it can actually cover, since it claims to be a concealer, just because this is really full coverage. But you know what? I've never tried it as a concealer, so I guess we can do that on camera. Okay, it definitely concealed. So I actually really do like this foundation. I just think that if you have drier skin, go in with a hydrating primer, because the first time I tried this, I didn't, and my skin did feel a little bit tight just because I'm more used to like natural finishes. Again, I have normal to dry skin. I actually really enjoy this because I'm not used to using full coverage anymore, but you can get away with using only a small amount and still getting a good coverage with a very thin layer. Now, if you're like a full coverage queen, I think you're really going to enjoy this. I mean, it covers so much, and I think the most important thing is that it wears really, really well. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of concealer just to brighten, and I'm going to set the face, and then I will show you guys how my foundation looked after 12 hours of wear. So I set under my eyes and a little bit around the face. I'm talking like just dusting at it. And as you can see, I am completely matte now. This foundation sets. Like, once you put a little bit of powder on, it goes completely matte, which is normal, obviously. I'm just saying, this is just more of a matte finish compared to me. I think it's definitely a semi-matte finish. I'm gonna show you guys here a clip. I put that foundation on at 10 a.m., went to church, went out to eat, went to my mother-in-law's house, had dinner, and this is what my face looked like at 10 p.m. at night. As you guys can see, the foundation looks flawless. It doesn't fade, and it also doesn't get cakey as long as you use a smaller amount. Obviously, that's with like any foundation. This reminds me of a high-end foundation. You know those foundations at Sephora that like you use only a little bit of product and it literally covers your whole face? This is it. I think it's great. I think if you're looking for a fuller coverage foundation at the drugstore, and I do think it works for all skin types as long as you prep and set accordingly to your skin type. But I actually really enjoy this. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but I do think that this is gonna last forever. And again, this is the shade medium, which actually matches me pretty well. So moving on to the bronzer. Now this is something that I still don't know how I feel. let me tell you all about the bronzer and then I'll tell you my thoughts. This is the Physicians Formula Matte Monoi Butter Bronzer. I do have this shade Matte Sunkissed Bronzer. There's only 2 shades and this is $15.99. So it claims to be an ultra luxurious, water resistant matte bronzer infused with Monoi and Murumuru butter to deliver a long lasting matte Tahitian sun-kissed look. Incredibly creamy and soft texture combines the best features of a powder and a cream bronzer to deliver an airbrush matte finish like any other. I wanted to give you guys like a comparison. I have the original butter bronzer in the shade Deep. Now there is 8 shades in this bronzer and this is the 6th one, or is it? No, this is the 4th one. So there's 4 shades darker than this. I really like this. I would prefer it to be darker. I usually tend to use darker bronzers, but I use it a lot because I love the formula. It just looks amazing. I don't have to tell you because everybody knows about this bronzer. Now when it comes to this one, I got the darkest shade. There's only 2 shades. I got the darker one. You see how much lighter and orangier it is? Like, I never pick a bronzer this shade, but it looked darker on the website and I just figured I'm gonna get the darkest one because there's only 2 shades and this is the darkest one. I haven't really been able to try out the formula because I can barely see it on my face. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna put one on one side and one on the other just so you guys can see the finishes. I'm just really gonna try to pack this on so you can actually see it. This one is the matte one and this is the original. As you can see, this is just like very orange. I will say though, the formula does feel really nice. It reminds me a lot of the Milani Silky bronzers. Like, it's a really nice matte formula. I just can't with the shade range. I'm really gonna pack it on, like really, because I'm trying to show you guys what it looks like. This for me is a blush shade. So it is pigmented and it's blending out really nicely. The only reason why I'm going in with a heavy hand is just because the shade is a little bit lighter. But overall, the formula is pretty nice. It's definitely a matte formula, but it's a very soft matte. So that's what that looks like. I mean, it looks really pretty. Man, it's just the shade that it's like killing me. Now I'm gonna go in with my preferred shade, which is the Deep Original Butter Bronzer. Okay, I feel like you can't really see the difference on camera, but in person you really can. Believe it or not, this is just a little bit more on the neutral side. This is definitely very like orange undertone, which I don't mind. I do think that this might look good on someone. It's just way too light for me. As far as the formula goes, I do like it. I think it's a nice formula. Like I said, it's very soft, it's very blendable, it's pigmented. But I will say, I do prefer the original one better because I feel like this is a lifelike bronzer. Like, there's just a little bit of like a luminosity in this bronzer that brings like your face to life without adding shimmer or emphasizing texture. If for some reason you do have a lot of texture or you're very oily and you just really want a matte water resistant bronzer, I do like this. So if you do find one that works for you, I do think you're really gonna like it, but I just prefer the original. I love this bronzer. I'm gonna quickly grab the original and kind of just blend both sides together just so that I look a little normal. Okay, I am back. So I did apply blush highlight. I tightlined my upper waterline and I did curl my lashes. So let's learn about the mascara real quick. This is the Butter Blowout Mascara in the shade Black. It's $11.49 and it is described as an ultra luxurious full volume and length mascara infused with keratin and their proprietary butter complex to deliver a dramatic result. Incredibly creamy and buildable formula paired with a round bristle brush that captures the coats of each lash from root to tip. Like every video, disclaimer, I do use an eyelash serum. My lashes are already long, so I will let you guys know if this actually brings more length or if it really is just my lashes, because I don't know about this mascara, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna do one coat real quick and show you guys the difference. I don't love the wand, like this is definitely not my type of wand. This is like very natural, and again, Again, I barely put any on. I know it looks like it gave me a lot of length, but I promise it's just my lashes. I hate like accidentally doing like false advertising with mascaras, because essentially with my eyelash serum, like my lashes are gonna look pretty good if I just coat them with something. But I don't want you guys ever to think that the mascara is like creating magic. Oh my god, I'm sorry, that might bother some people, but I will clean it up in a sec. I just need to let it dry. So that's one coat. I promise to you guys that it's just not very volumizing or really lengthening. Like, it does lengthen more than volumize, but I feel like it was described as like very voluminous, and I personally don't see that. The wand would be a good one to volumize, but the formula itself is like very lightweight and a little bit on the drier side. It kind of reminds me of that new Wet n Wild Big Papa mascara that I actually didn't love. It will give you a very wispy look. I just feel like if you don't have already like a good set of lashes, I don't think this will do that much for you. If you do have a good set of lashes, I think it'll give you a really pretty natural wispy look. So I'm gonna do a second coat so you guys can see the difference. Something that I do like about it is that even though this brush wouldn't be the normal brush to like separate the lashes, the mascara doesn't necessarily clump that much, so I don't get that much clumpiness. I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 coats on this side and do the bottom lashes, and I'll be right back to give you guys like my final thoughts on the mascara and if I think you need it. Okay, so this is 2 coats on the top lashes and 1 on the bottom. So I gathered my thoughts on who would like this mascara. I think that this mascara more accentuates the lashes that you have rather than creating better lashes. Like, it's all subjective, obviously. I think if you like very natural mascara and you like the wispy look and you don't want very heavy, I think you're gonna enjoy it. I also think that if you already have good lashes and you just want them enhanced, I think you're really going to enjoy it. I do think though that if you really rely on mascara for length and for volume, I don't think you'll love it, just because it won't transform them, it'll just accentuate them. So I feel like that's more of a natural look if you do have shorter or thinner lashes. Other than that, I do really like all the ingredients that it has in. I think it's cool when mascaras are like good for your lashes. All we have left is the setting spray. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face so we can set it, and I will let you guys know how I feel about this. So if you're wondering the lip combo, I use the e.l.f. Retro Paradise in the lip liner. This is the second to darkest shade. There's no names. And then I do have on the new e.l.f. Mint Melt Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Mint Chocolate. Alrighty guys, so let's look at the setting spray to finish off the video. So this is called the Butter Believe It Skin Mist. It is $14.99 and it is claimed to be an ultra luxurious setting spray infused with their butter complex to deliver a radiant, flawless airbrush finish. Its incredibly weightless formula, smooth skin texture, and effortlessly sets, refreshes, and makeup for all day. By the way, the sprayer is pretty good. It's like thin. It's not like ultra thin mist, but it's like thin enough and it's pretty wide. You know what? It is pretty thin actually, because it's not like drenching my face. If you like the smell of the original butter bronzer, this is what it smells like. Don't get it confused with the matte bronzer. This has a different smell. Yeah, completely different smell. So don't think that this is what it smells like. It smells a lot more like the butter bronzer. I actually do like the setting spray. It's definitely a hydrating setting spray. So if you have very oily skin, I don't know if you're gonna like it, but the perfect person for this setting spray is if they like a hydrating setting spray that's not gonna necessarily add glow to the skin, but it will add radiance in the sense that it looks more hydrated. And if you are obsessed with the way they smell, then you're gonna love spraying this on your face. I do like it, and especially with this foundation that for me it's a little bit more drying, I do like pairing it with the setting spray. I did set my face, but with the setting spray you're getting that tackiness back. So if you need to stay like completely matte all day, I don't think you're gonna love this, but I do, because I don't know if you guys can tell, but it kind of brought the life back into my skin without adding shimmer. It just adds hydration, which looks healthy. So I actually really do enjoy this setting spray. So that is the end of the video. I hope that you guys not only enjoyed it, but I hope that you also found it helpful. Like always, I will leave all these products down below linked so that you guys can shop them. And I'll also leave down below the video where I'm comparing the putty primer right next to the e.l.f. putty primer. In case you're thinking about purchasing one of them, then that's the video for you. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below any questions that you guys might have. I will try to get to every comment. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.